Welcome to this episode of Evo Inspire. Today I am lucky enough to sit down with Alex. Tell us about yourself, Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex, Head of Technology at CDS Worldwide. We're a parking management solutions company servicing Australia, New Zealand and overseas with a large range of parking equipment and technology solutions.
What is the one piece of career advice that you wish someone had given you when you were first starting out?
One piece of advice that I received was, as a younger man, I was a little bit of a thinker. I sometimes had a few restless nights, and it wasn't career advice per se, but it was personal advice. And this person said to me that when you don't think enough, you should read. And when you think too much, you should write. And what they were basically saying is, when you need ideas, you should draw upon other sources of information, whatever they might be, not books, but it could be books. So you read, you take everything in, and then when you think too much and you've got a bunch of ideas or thoughts, you should put them down on whatever medium suits you, get them out of your head, allow yourself to articulate what you're trying to get to, the point is that you're trying to make. And basically, I think it helped me because I did have a lot of ideas that I did struggle to articulate at some points. And what writing does as a skill is it forces you to, put words to paper, but in a way that is for an audience in a certain medium that is hard to reproduce with spoken word, and it's hard to reproduce in any other way. And I think as a career skill, writing emails, writing memos, doing presentations, these are not things that are going away anytime soon. And so I think being able to write clearly, effectively, and communicating your ideas to a certain audience, whoever they might be, at any specific time is very important.
Can you share share a pivotal moment in your career journey that made a significant impact?
Well, I think a pivotal moment was I was reflecting on my career and my progression, and I was trying to think about what success is and what success means to me, and where I sort of saw myself moving.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of reflected in a way that I felt that for me, success would be simply to treat every role that I did in a business as if I owned the business. And it didn't mean, go around and fire people and stop my feet or anything like that. But it meant, if I wanted, as the owner of the business, for someone in my role to succeed, what would that look like? And how would I support that person? And rather than me sitting back in my job and just doing my little role, it was sort of reaching out and saying, hey, I think this role needs this support, or I need this resource, or maybe do you need me to come see what's going on? And I would treat everyone in the organization as equals, and I would go over to them and say, hey, I've got problems, what do you think from your perspective? Or just simply ask them advice. How did you get to where you're going to be? And or do you have anyone in your network that I could talk to about their experience even? And I think what it does is it makes a net positive for everyone, because not only do you start to think in a way that benefits the business, perhaps in ways that are not just for your role, but it kind of allows you to think about what your manager's thinking and feeling, and it allows you to sort of manage up and sort of make their life easier, even though you're perhaps not in a role that's meant to do that sort of thinking. But yeah, and I found that to be very successful throughout my time in different roles, just thinking a little bit outside the box, doing things you might not think normal of a specific job, or getting people talking to each other that might not normally talk to each other. Just different perspectives, I guess, is the main idea.
Right. And how do you approach challenges and setbacks in your professional life, and what's your go-to strategy for overcoming them?
Challenges are fundamental to human experience, and putting yourself under pressure is, commonly here how you grow, how you improve, and how you get stronger. And I think for me, it's all about I have this mantra, which is just patience, confidence. So it's not to react, it's to be patient, to collect your information, collect your personnel, collect your tools, think about the problem, because I find a lot of people, when it gets a bit tough, they react and they panic, and they don't always make things better straight away. So I think patience for me has been very important. And then, of course, confidence, which is my second part, which is more acting. I always feel, a poor plan but executed well is better than a good plan executed poorly. So I'd rather be confident, make a decision, inspire everyone to get at least around that decision, but also be adaptable to different approaches and things. But it is to make a decision at the end of the day. And that, even that might be not, to do nothing, but at least make a decision that's what you're going to do. At some point, you can't just throw your hands up and say, maybe someone else can handle it. But, it's good to be proactive.